Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the I'm a Guy YouTube channel. And today, well, we're back on the world. And you're not going to believe what we're doing. But a world tour. And I have render distance really low because this world has a lot of stuff in it now. Let's get into it. Oh, shit. That's odd. For some reason, I thought I just died there. Alright, let's get right into it. So, we're going to start what we did last time. Last time we did one of these things, we started right here, and as you guys can kind of see, a lot of stuff has kind of happened over here. Purely cosmetic, but you know, it definitely has changed. This is the Nether Portal, and this is where you kind of use the Nether Portal at to leave the base and use the Nether Highway, or you know, whatever you do with the Nether. And over here, that's a ghast. I like that guy. Yeah, I like that guy. Anyways, this is the base. It's kind of changed a little bit. It's a little laggy. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera or on video, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of changed a little bit. And all this has been flattened out, plateaued. I don't know if that's the word you can use for it. And we got custom mushroom trees in them. It looks nice, right? Anyways, let's come in around and start where we did the last time. This is a villager breeder, and it is broken. We can come on, take a look in here, and this thing hasn't worked in a very long time. But after it broke, there was a couple still alive in here, so I kind of made it more homey. Definitely not homey though. It just looks like a bad cave. All right, so after that, oh well, there we go. We're gonna actually hit the old wing. That's what I call the older parts of the base that are kind of starting to get these overgrown areas. But we still kind of we still kind of use this building, I guess. That's cap. We don't. And here is where it all started. If you watch the other world tours, you'll notice that these are gone. The OG furnaces, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. So is the OG furnace. But this is kind of where we started the world at. We started off like maybe 1,000 or 2 blocks away. Kind of dug into a cave and made a little house, and this is where we started the world at. Down here wasn't here. This at one point was a map room, but again, we'll show you why this is no longer there. So for such a little building, we kind of went into depth there for no reason. But these other buildings around here, we're just gonna kind of skim through them, show you guys what they look like on the inside or the outside, because some of them hold no significance at all. This building has changed. I don't know if in the last world tour it changed, but still useless though. So maybe not too much. And there's like some steps here which lead down into the more abandoned area of the base. This is the old science lab. I really like this look right here. It's F1 so you guys can kind of see it better. This looks really nice in my opinion. It just has age to it, tells a little story, and yeah, it's fun to look at. We'll also go into more depth about this build later because there's some fun stuff going down on below underground here. Some old farms. There's a 0-tick sugarcane farm, which I think that mechanic got broke in 1. Was it 15 or 16? Might have been 16. And here was our old storage room, no longer in use. Now we just throw a bunch of random stuff in here. Yeah. Oh, I guess we still have some of our other stuff, so that's fun. This is our old house. Obviously, we don't use this anymore. And if you guys remember, this is day 1 and day 1 sun. They're still kicking. They're just not where they should be. And I'm starting to get a little laggy. But yeah, we got some stuff growing inside of it. Since last time, it's been even more overgrown since we got them features from 1.17, which allow for glowberries to be placed and moss. And yeah, that's moss. Over here is the creeper farm. Still in action till this day, and it's working really nicely. It's working really nicely. Still going strong. Looks amazing. I think it's one of my more favorite builds. Yeah, we got gun. Oh, yikes! That's a lot of gunpowder, bro. I remember last time we caught it, and it was like fully filled, so I kind of made the storage a lot more. And in here is just a crafting area, just so we can craft a bunch. Just looks like we have no reserves. Yeah. We have a reserve of paper, but that's about it. Anyways, yeah. So that's this farm. Give you a little look at it. Looks nice, huh? Now we're gonna keep moving. These are some more abandoned buildings over here. They don't seem to be as beat up. I probably should add some more of them glowberries and stuff. I say that like they're not beat up, but like there's holes in them and whatnot. But it's fine. We did have a base here, but then so yeah. And last time I kind of skipped over these buildings here, and rightfully so. This is where we did our old smelting and whatnot. This room relatively does not change. We mainly use it for smelting down ancient debris because I love smelting down ancient debris. It's always fun. But in here used to be the Enchantment Room, the OG one. We took that down, and we also moved that into a project where we moved all the OG stuff in the world. But yeah, all these buildings kind of have the same look. They all kind of had beds spread through them for villagers. Eventually, all the villagers died off because of guys like this who just want to ruin my life. And then yeah, so we have identical buildings. Not identical, but they're all kind of special in their own way. Like this one has that and cats in them. Like, come on, who has cats in their houses and builds or whatnot? So yeah, I mean after these two, I don't think I'll go inside anymore, just because they all kind of look like this, and they're not really anything to be proud of. They just look cool on the outside, I think. This room used to be a beacon room, which got pushed back a lot and turned to some other stuff. No longer looks like that anymore, obviously. I don't exactly remember what the old world tour looked like, so I'm just stating changes that from OG world to now. And here is a vault. Yeah, we got. There used to be a lot of gold in here, but we also took all the gold out and did something else with it. So really it's not a vault for anything anymore, and this just goes underneath of the other side. At one point this did something, but now it doesn't. So that's that. Over here there was an aquarium, but I let an axolotl loose in here, and it murked everything, and I'm kind of happy about that. I guess not. Some stuff is still alive. Axolotl's still doing some killing. This is where we do most of our enchanting nowadays, just because there's one book that I didn't have in my trading hall, and that's Depth Strider, and so I'll try to go make some new boots, and I don't have it, so it's not fun to deal with. And then also we have I'm not even gonna try to say that name. I think this is when I tried learning German a little bit. I don't know if that's even. And this is Tim the Gold Man. That's such an original name, Isaiah. But yeah, that's that. And then let's head down over here so you can get a little better shot of this area. This area got terraformed, because natural terrain doesn't generate like this. So, like I said, all these buildings kind of. What the heck? Okay, all these buildings kind of look the same. I'm not gonna. I mean, I can go inside, I guess, but like I said, they all like these ones didn't even get done. So like, there's like no interior. But yeah, these have like holographic things hanging down. This will tie into a later building that I kind of got going on with these like holographic things. We got one hanging way back there. We'll actually loop around so you can see what I'm talking about. Ooh, sneak peek. But you walk around here. I don't know why I made this a hallway, but you have to walk through here to see it. See, we got that little holographic painting, and then there's like a little neighborhood up here. We had one of the old style buildings before there was a top to them, so just a little flat, I guess. And then this one looks exactly like these two. Yeah, that's that. And there's kind of some bamboo hanging over. We'll jump down here and go swing right back over here. This is where we do all of our crafting and whatnot. I tried to change back into the building, but I don't know why I always come crawling back to this spot. I really don't know why. We got some. I'm not even gonna go in here because whenever I open this chest, it like. Never mind, we're good. This used to be a lot of mass storage for items I just didn't want, but nowadays it's just 12 double chest and a shulker box for random stuff I don't need. That's right, I don't need diamonds. I'm out here flexing. Over here, used to be a trader. It's now gone because there's another project that's in the way of this. This used to be a mine that never got used. Sorry if I'm feeling monotone. There's just so much stuff to show off here, and I'm just reverting into a state of tiredness. This is a tree that used to be here. I don't have screenshots anymore. I might. but I don't want to show them. No, I'll show them. There they are. I'll try to find them. If I found them, they're there. This is a pond. The old base used to be right here, looking into it, but yeah, now we just got a pond. These are some OG fish. Like, all these fish have been here for a very long time. Where's Green at, dude? I want to find Green. Ah! Ah! What the heck? What the heck? The base relatively hasn't changed except for the storage system. We've kind of been like manipulated it and changed it to be double the size that it was. So yeah, we also changed the items on it. So yeah, I'm not gonna do any calculations. Just know if you want to calculate it, there's I'll calculate it. I'll calculate it. There you go. That's how many items it stores. I'm trying to be lazy. We kind of got this glass so you can see through at the redstone. This is our drop-off system. Shulker box unloader, and it pumps it in, and it goes around, and then it goes around, and then it goes around, and then it goes around. But then it goes up, right? Right here it goes up, and then it goes around and around, and and if it doesn't find like a slot for an item to go into, it goes into the overflow, which is here. Like, obviously we don't store saddles or smooth basalt because that shit just got added to the game. But other than that, yeah, that's the storage room, and we'll head up to the second layer, which we finally added a way to get into just by, like, without using elytra, which, I mean, hey, big ups. These are dogs. We got Wheatley, Rocco, Blue, Pearl. Blue is my OG, had him for a long time. This is, no, I'm not even going to say that name. Blue Junior. This is Pearl and Blue's son, like a real OG. This is Loba, and then I think yeah, Horizon, and then Fuse. He has some Apex names in here, and then that's our cat. I don't know why I got a cat, but I have a cat now. Up here is just useless rooms. They're supposed to be like little workshops for each of the individual new things. I've never used these rooms at all. Have a little stop and look at each of them. But very briefly. Oh, we got a fox too. That guy's cool. We probably should move him down into the area that you'll eventually figure out about. This area, you know, it's cool and all. Up here, still no use. At one point we had chests here, but making the world laggy. Shulker box. We have a lot of shulker boxes now. Yeah, a lot of shulker boxes. Can't even get up here, damn. A lot of shulker boxes, like I said. And then up here is the area that I actually use. And I'm very happy that I've actually made this base useful in some way. But over here, you know, we got the exact same kind of workshops that we had down below, but smaller and more compact. In here we have Yinmin, and I think this is Greta. Yeah, Greta. And just random stuff, you know. Anvils, ender chests, you know, simple stuff. And then you can walk around here and go up to the second floor. There's nothing here, just a path that leads up to this floor, which is actually I'm up here the most. My beds are up here, and I sleep on either one. I don't really care. And these are dispenser systems for fireworks. So if I click this, you know, it does a little click, 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 and then you get your fireworks. I wish I could have timed that better, but you get your fireworks. Same thing over here for carrots. We're kind of good on carrots right now, so I'm not going to click the button. But yeah, that's for carrots. That's for fireworks. And at one point, we did actually trade with villagers up here. Not the clerks, but the farmers. And I let them all out, and now I think most of them are dead because they all kind of stand here and then just kind of... we got iron golems, so, you know, they were here at one point, and this is all their workstations that, you know, that's where I put them. Oh, there's a little farmer alive. Yeah, what's up, man? This guy's chilling. And then up top, the very top, I wasn't going to build anything, but then I was like, nah, I want to build something. So we're in the stages of bringing the top part of the base to life. I don't know what I'll have up here, but I'll eventually have something up here. And yeah, this will be the very top of the base. We'll finally be bringing this landmark, as I referred to it, the last world tour, together and finally making it of some use to me instead of using like a little dookie base over here. But yeah, that's mainly the main part of the base. I'm going to come through and hit the two projects I was talking about earlier, the one that's down there and then the one that's underneath the science lab. You can't see it 'cause at a random distance. Let's go hit the village. Let's hit the village next. So next to our, you know, pond, with waterfalls. There used to be giant towers here. Demolished those because I don't like them. And we moved part of the village that we had into this. So these houses they're kind of like carbon copies of all the other ones, like kind of how we did over there. Not exactly carbon copies, right? You'll see dimensions on these are changed. Like this will be slightly shifted and a little bit wider. This one slightly shift a little bit skinnier, and most of these are, but I just had to find ways to make it a little bit different. We have pathway. It's a rock too. It's a rock. Chest monsters. Yeah, a lot of stuff in here. And then down here, oh, the castle's gone, and we have beacons now. Oh, chicken. Hello. Another rock. This one's made of pure cobble, and all the horses are gone because we moved them down into a project. This guy still chilling. Still am amazed that this guy naturally got hit by lightning. Like it was so crazy. One of the few houses that still remain. Hello, buddy. You can follow me. Of the original village that got torn down. This is one of the few ones that actually still remain. How it was, including the barn. The barn was one of them too. And like I said, most of the houses, they're not anything to show. They got a little inside there. Hello, cow. This thing is pretty cool. I don't know. I liked it. Kind of came through and it's got like some storage up here, but it's also like a little overhead pass. But yeah, there's like the interiors. These ones are actually customized, but like they're not crazy. They're like pattern floors with like beds in the rooms. So I'm not gonna hit them all, but I will show them off. Yeah, they all kind of look similar in the shapes they're built. This thing is like a tower. I don't know what I'm aiming for with this thing. I don't know if I'm destroying it or keeping it. But over here is the markets. These buildings are like, this is the market area. This is where everything's going down. I took a bunch of villagers and just dropped them. What am I talking about? I can't even say them. So like, imagine you have some stuff and you put them down at another place. That's what I do with these. Drop them off. That's what I did. I dropped them off here, and now they run the clerks. But they also just sit on these. Those guys are running some clerks though. They're getting some work done. That's that, and that's the clerks. Yeah. Over here we can actually turn up the render distance because it's not as laggy, so we can see a little bit further in every direction. Over here is what I refer to as the OG village, so you can kind of see from end to end how big this village has gotten. And this is the OG area where the original village was, like where everything originated from. This is the aqueduct thing. I really liked it. I don't know why. I really just like aqueducts coming through the middle of the city. These hobbit hole things still exist till this day. Yep. They still are here. They kind of act as basements now. Is what I kind of like. They kind of look cool as basements, right? If you have the big house here and some basements below, look nice. Everything here has kind of remained the same, except over here, since the original village. Oh, kind of gotta do this. Since it's the original village, kind of it's had some time to grow. There's less inhabitants, so yeah. Let's clean this up. There's also a thing. I don't have any iron on me. And last time I made you go to the other recording. I'm just gonna go get some iron so you can see what this thing does. Okay, we're back, and we have the iron here, just a casual stack. Bro, a little laggy there, but you throw it in this cauldron. These are the landskeepers, and they should open their eyes. There you go. And so for 5 minutes, he'll leave his he'll leave his eyes open, and that'll be that. And then you can throw more in there to make it last longer, I guess. But it'll basically have to wait till his eyes close before you throw it in there. Basically, it works off like a despawn timer. So yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? The original village, like I said, these buildings are all kind of similar in the way they look. They kind of all got a little bedroom here. I actually kind of like this design. They all really look like this. There's nothing too special. If there's not enough room and I wanted to make more bedrooms, I just kind of used that little thing. The OG beacon is here. I think this is one of the first beacons in the world. This kind of thing still works. There's so much in the world now. I don't know how to hit it all. Okay, bud. The library is down here. The aqueduct's still going strong, still flowing. Library. Jit tripping up there. I don't know what's going on over there. But the library has been finished. I think this got changed. Yeah, and then this is the leader of the village, the guy who originally made the village. This is the wise one. Come here, buddy. And he don't restock on his trades, but or else I would just trade for the tropical fish to breed my axolotls. And I think that's gonna lead us into our next project. Let's go. The Eden project. This is the Eden project, and it only looks cool if we do the door. So we gotta. I'll close it. I usually leave it open because I like flying in. This is the project. Yeah, I've never seen this before, huh? So this is the project. Oh, look at that guy, man. That's so nice. Protectors. So this is the Eden project. Back in the day when I was, forging my lands, I killed everything in sight. So I ventured out, except for these guys. I didn't have to venture for those guys. Ventured out and I gathered 2 of every mob, whether that be villagers. Well, the basic mobs, not 2 of every mob. And I gathered mobs to breed, and this is where we're at currently. Villagers included. This is actually the guys that we trade to get our armor for the armor sets. We even did some old school style village houses in here. And over here, ow. This is what I was talking about, the axolotls. Maybe we got to turn the render distance back down because we're getting closer to the base. So, 7. This is the axolotls, and we bred them up. Yeah, they look pretty sick. They're all swimming and whatnot. That's that. This project really isn't anything too crazy. We haven't really done anything yet. And these are actually the old chests from inside the old villager trading hall that was right here. We had a bunch of stuff in here. You see what I mean? But yeah, that's that. That was the Eden project. Close that back up for a dramatic effect. But in here, this is an old building. It's purely aesthetic. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. Purely aesthetic, but we got Kakashi. No, that's Sasuke. Kakashi and Sasuke. I started this world back when I started watching that, so had to throw a little reference in, I guess. And this is one of my newest things. These things have like doubled my playtime trying to build them, and it's this. And so far we've gotten, how many new builds have we got? This counts as like 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 new buildings in here. And they look sick. I'm in love with these things. Dude, these ones are identical but like mirrored. So, yeah, and they're posted there's like I made them purposefully. But we're not done with this project. I got like inspired and I wanted to make like a main road that kind of has a bunch of different like stuff going over it. You can see bridges crossing, a bunch of like advertisements coming down, holograms, see the different buildings connected, have different paths going into the buildings. At the moment, these buildings have no purpose except for that one and this one. This one is actually where we store everything now. We did have a yeah, this is what I mean by a little laggy nowadays. This is what we used to store everything in. We had a giant storage system right here that came out of the wall, and it would store every item that we farmed, but I didn't like it, and I wanted to build a giant building to store it instead. So that's what we do here. At the bottom of this building, we'll actually go into detail here, because this is a building that actually matters. We store the iron that we get. Currently, big chilling with the iron. Poppies, where we store the poppies. Melons, pumpkins, and then carrots, wheat, bread. You don't want to open bread, seeds, and then you can come up. This is where we store all the mob drops from the mob farm. We haven't made a crazy amount to be pressed about making more slots for that. You can see other buildings kind of lit up. What is that guy? How though? Over here, these parts are mainly useless at the moment. We you kind of walk into that building, that's also useless. But then you can go up here to connect to the other buildings. I want all the buildings to eventually connect. Come up here, and these ones store from the kind of like manual-ish farms, whether it be the wood farm or the cobble farm. That's actually completely passive. This is the only one that kind of needs a player interaction. And up here is my office, my new one. This is my assistant. That's where they sit. And then I sit up here in this cool chair, and I talk about all my profits I made. Yeah. Anyways, start getting into other stuff. This is just where we store stuff, like I said. This building took a lot of dispensers, or not dispensers, observers. I don't know if you guys are seeing, but I used a lot of observers in these builds. Like a lot of observers. Like so much to where I had the AFK on my piglin bartering system, and I got just enough to kind of craft this, and I only have like 3 stacks, so tough. But now we're gonna go into, oh, that's a doggo barking. Now we're gonna go into depth about each of the farms. So this is a carrot farm, a little bit of wheat in there. I don't know how that got in there, but there's also an Enderman that's been with us for a while now, and he just kind of lives here. I don't mind him. Down here we have a melon and pumpkin farm. I guess down here, up here, whatever. Melon pumpkin farm, tree farm that can farm oak, jungle, birch, and spruce. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do acacia or dark oak. And then over here is our cobble generator. Yeah, there's that. That's the like only farm over here. Over there in the distance, there's a cactus farm. Not really big, but it's generating a lot over the, because I've had this one for at least a year now. And sugarcane farm. Next thing. Let's keep it going. We have a giant mob system up here. That kills mobs. Yeah, pretty simple. Like the water flushes them off of the thing, and they kind of fall down and then fall down, and they keep on falling until they die. So, and then they fall into magma, and then the items get picked up and taken all the way over there. This is our iron farm. Generates iron, if you didn't know. Can we catch one spawning? Or is it broken? Because I never know if it's broken or fixed. Huh? You got one for me? No. Are you locked on them? Anyways, well, it sometimes generates iron. But over here is our chorus fruit farm. Also pretty laggy. This one's not automatic at all. You just kind of come in here and do as you please. You kind of be like, ooh, I got it. And then you click the button, which releases all the water. That's that. Over here is one of our villager trading halls, where we trade pumpkins and melons for emeralds and then for food. This is our main food supply, is all these guys. No way, buddy. No way. Not gonna catch me lacking. One of our statues that we got here kind of peers out the window, so you know what it is. And then down here we have reserves for all the kind of foods, and the goal was to be able to have any kind of food we wanted to and switch at any time. Like if I one day was like, I'm getting kind of old, I'm getting kind of bored with this, the whole golden carrot spiel. So I got a bunch of golden apples, a bunch of golden carrots, melons are farmed already. So, and then cookies, pumpkin pies. We didn't really get far with this. And then, yeah, that's that. And then we got some emerald storage, and this is about as far as I got into using these chests. But yeah, I thought I was going to fill them up, but there's no way. And this is our zombie purifying thing. You just kind of, wherever you have your, not zombie, villager at, you just bring them in, and they get killed or converted into a zombie. You splash them with the weakness, hit them with the gapple, and they're fine. And that goes for all around my world. This is our Netherward Farm, which we use to get Netherward. Quite intuitive, huh? This is our auto smelter that we made. Like I said, I don't exactly remember what was in the second world tour, but this thing is relatively new. There was one on that old little dock area. We'll be over there in a minute. But yeah, we moved one over here, and it's way better. It's 64 items per smelt, so every time that one furnace would get done, it smelts a whole stack of items, and then they all get carried down here when they get dispensed with this system, and then they all kind of drop out, and then they go boop, 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 and then they all flow into these chests here. Kind of see it working. We have a passive bamboo farm right there, and then we have an automatic one that you kind of have to have user input for. We'll just demonstrate that. You go boom. This is actually a design from Etho. If you guys know who that is, one of my favorite people in Minecraft. But yeah, that's that. like there's a lot of stuff we got to cover here, so gotta go all over. This is our second trading hall for all the kind of books in the game, except for Depth Strider apparently, and like every other one. We have like 5 of the main ones. But yeah, these guys all trade. And then I think down here, or it might be in my ender chest, we have a book. It's not in the stock storage. Nope. Well, anyways, we had a book that told us where everything was. It might be in my e-chest. I'm not sure. Buried away somewhere. But yeah, that's where all that is. And that's this building there. That's mainly everything. This is a wheat farm. Almost forgot about the wheat farm. Yeah, wheat farm. And we'll just kind of fly around so you guys can kind of get a look at all the pieces of the buildings. And then over here, farm scoots. And then over here, this is our villager breeder nowadays. Um, we just kind of steal them and walk away with them. That's how that works. But yeah, these buildings here are going to get demolished, this one and this one, so that buildings like these can come in and take its place, because I'm really a fan of this diagonal bridge over the, whatnot. But now we can finally hit some of the other projects that I wanted to hit earlier in the video. But, best for last, we're coming back over here, main area, so we're going to go lighter render distance, and then over here is the museum. This right here, there was a diamond skeleton, and he died. He died, burned in daylight, even though he had a diamond helmet. I think it's because he took damage from the sunlight. So yeah, down here, this is our museum for all the crazy things in the world. And this, on the floor, I have a note here, took this many diamonds. 1,170 diamonds. That's how many diamonds it took. Not including the diamonds on the shelf, of course, because we have diamonds on the shelf, But yeah, over here, peeky peeky. This is a map of the whole world, and you can see we have a project that we built over here. Kind of this. This is one of our gold one, by the way. That's gold area. Top view of the base. Let's go F1. Kind of see what everything looks like. Got a little nice little rectangular thing going here. That's not F1. That's F5. Okay, so over here is where all of our, items are, like our heartfelt items. So, we got all the discs that we had from the early days. These are all kind of stuff that we had from the early game. Like, this is our original. What? The observers in here? This is our original redstone box that we no longer, because we lost it, and then we found it. So I was like, oh, in the museum. Yeah, just a lot of items. Creeper just blew up everything. We'll eventually get everything posted back over here. Let's be more cautious nowadays. I think the problem was we had hostile creatures off, so we couldn't hear it. So anyways, this is kind of where we store everything for horses. These guys don't have their own pin yet, but this is Xander's pin. This is our OG horse from back in the day. That's where all of our netherite is. A lot of netherite because I'm big boy here. These are all of our retired bows. So the 1,000,000-year-old bow, the Achiever, old arrow, the devolved bow. I think this is one of our first bows. This guy almost got retired, but then I repaired him. So OG shovel, just some. These are just old items I had. I would go into detail about all of them. Like all these I got from end rating, so that's the only reason they're here. But all these guys, they're like all really old. This is an old box. Besides this, I think I just threw stuff in here actually. I'm tripping. I think, is this a perfect set of armor? Yes, it is. Except for some aqua affinity or whatever. This is Chili's cage or container. I don't want to call it a cage because it's supposed to be like, we don't use them anymore, so this look nice over here. Yeah, so this is this, it's like some stuff over here. These are our 768 plus hour armor. So after we got done building this place, we decided to make new armor. We've actually lost our elytra since there. But yeah, this is the armor that we used for, I think it's like It's like something like 30 days or whatever, like a month. And all of this is like old, like this is like just in case armor that we just like made, that we've had in a box, and then we're like, oh, we're not using this anymore. All these kind of have like a backstory behind them. Same with this stuff right here, not as much. This is just stuff we got, and it's kind of rare to get. So you're like, this stuff here, we were working on a box that had a bunch of materials, not materials, tools. I don't know if we have our, yeah, right here. We had like a giant box with all of our tools in it, but then we just figured out like this is enough. Like we don't need any more than this. So, you know, me being me, I just kind of put it down here because it looked cool. So, but here we got cases, elytras galore over there, beacon, end egg, and then conduit. These are all of our, you know what these are. But that's that. This area looks pretty, and over here's plain. Over here, project took a very long time. We're not quite done with it. We're trying to get every mob in the game. At the moment, we have like 30 some mobs. Yeah, so these guys, obviously, we spawned these guys in. These guys were a little bit harder to get, but like we have ocean right over here, so it wasn't really hard. Donkey wasn't really hard to get. This guy. Now, the only thing that was hard about this guy was getting him without taming him. That was pretty annoying. Yeah, we have a lot of different stuff. Silverfish, that was pretty hard to get. We had to go to the end and get that guy. Or not the end, the end gateway. Get those guys. That guy was pretty hard to get. There are a couple of these guys that are just like, they were grindy and really annoying to get. But really, minecarts do the trick with most of them. So, nothing too crazy. Like I said, this guy wasn't hard to get. Kind of the base mobs over here. I just took these guys from Project Eden. But yeah. That's basically this. This guy's named Jeb _. And eventually we're going to get enough book and quills to kind of like have intel on the mob. So like pig, this mob is passive, blah, 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 blah. And it says for each mob that's in here. I think we have 30 something mobs, like I said. Yeah, it took a very, very long time to get these guys. I think that's accounting for like at least 10 hours of my playtime was that. So yeah. These areas aren't done yet. Still empty. Cause I mean, we're setting up for the future. So like mobs I need to get in the future, or items that I get over time that kind of mean stuff to me. And that's it for down here. Now we're gonna hit off of. We're going. How long is this recording now? Ooh, 44 minutes. We're going off 44 minutes. Down here, we actually broke the elevator that goes down here, but it's supposed to be secret, and this is the science lab. We're gonna blitz through this area. Not much to see down here. If you watch the other world tour, nothing has changed down here. New update has hit since then. We gotta change this to the caves and cliffs update soon, but you know, little test things. These things literally never got used. Yeah, that's basically down here. Yeah. The ender egg got taken off, and then the conduit got taken out of here. All these got taken out of here. This place kind of got deserted. Yeah, even the retired items, you know, got deserted because everything kind of went down into the other area. But yeah, the simulated biomes, those mobs kind of like despawned. Simulated biome. This building has not changed a lick since then. But if you're like new, kind of watching this, yeah, little vault down here. And then over here, I'm trying to get done with this area so we can leave this area and go to another one. Little Nether Portal tester. Nothing too crazy. And then up here is the old science lab, like I said. And this door actually works by little comparator thing. It's comparing the signal, and basically the more and more that you flip this, the more that the redstone strength increases until finally hits this repeater, goes into the block. I don't know why I have it going into the block, and then just kind of activates the door. Yeah, simple redstone, nothing too crazy, and boom, it's open. As soon as you flip the so it closes. Yeah, so that's this. We're still not done. This is the mine. The mine is, you know, meant for mining, so this area also hasn't changed. We've mined a little bit though. kind of this is what this area looks like down here. This area still hasn't been mined out. We were gonna mine this down to the ground and put another biome in there, but we never did. This area is starting to get mined out, so we can hit the deeper levels. So far, this is all we got. Haven't worked incredibly hard on this area. This is supposed to be like the different items you can find around here, except for that one. Little pickaxe creator. That's literally what this is meant to be. Is like a pickaxe creator. This area is meant to fix your pickaxes. You can trade with villagers to get XP bottles. And there you go. That's that. And then over here, this area is still unloading from where I did that mining session. Oh, diamonds. Nice. But yeah, and it goes over this giant storage system. I'm going to take like half of this out because it's probably a giant lag causer in my world. But yeah, and then we have one on the other side. It's meant for bulk storage because, I mean, all this area here is a lot of stone that we've mined out. So it's got to go somewhere, but now it's no longer here. Instead, it's in shulker boxes inside of my base, just chilling. So that's that. And now we're going to hit this area right here. This is the train station. Nothing crazy too far yet. It's not really a train station. I mean, technically it's a train station, but it's more like a futuristic one. So this is a build we did recently. After we did all the grinding for the quartz for a long time, we had an extra, so I decided to make some stuff out of quartz, and I kind of went on one of these. So this is what the train kind of looks like. We can actually fly to kind of get a better view of it. Train station is kind of pulling in with cargo there. And then if we follow this outwards, and there's actually a minecart system down below. And if you get on this one, it'll take you to the rig. So go to the rig. This also had a lot of observers after the fact, so we could use a lot on this. And this is the oil rig. This was meant, we built this fairly recently. And this was going to be used for purely 1.17 farming. So right now, this is the only kind of farming we have. There's a lot of vegetation in 1.17. So what you do is you have, I think this one you just go like this. And then you just do this, and it farms it, because it bone meals, grows, and you just have to left click or right click on it, and grows, and then flip it back. And that's where you get your glow berries from. For this one, you have to use shears, and, well, that's pretty easy. You just kind of do this, and it bone meals, grows back up, and you just keep shearing here. This farm, pretty crazy, you know. I probably could put more hoppers down here and carpets covering it, but that's that one. Another mini farm here for rooted dirt. This one's for dyes in general, and then over here it tells you to go up or down to go to the the floor below us, which is right here. And then this one is our moss farm, one of our personal designs. Kind of loud over here because we got some things over there, but this one is actually pretty hard to we had a creeper explode in here. Don't ask. So you turn this on, and then you turn this on, and then you turn this on. This is our own design. That's why it's so janky, but you can kind of see it working here. I think this is so cool. I think this is so cool. Like, this is one of the only things that I've purely designed on my own, and I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. And so this is where all the items go, and I don't have it hooked up to an automatic sorter, so I just kind of sort it on my own. It's very loud. I don't know for you guys. For me, it's very loud. And this is all we've got so far out of this system, is all of this. That's that. And then I think other than that, there's not much farming going on here. We can take a look down at the lower areas. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. There's just big open rooms. This area, this building, I have plans for it in the future. That's why we've kind of dedicated all of our 1.17 blocks into it. These are all droppers. They look really nice, but I'm in like the Renaissance, bro. I'm like making pipes and whatnot out of copper and acacia. But yeah, that's this. We got giant, like, kind of like internet towers, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this thing, I stole this off the internet, not gonna lie. Little chopper design. I stole this off the internet, not gonna lie. Oh, yeah, that's actually, almost forgot about this. Get out of my way. So you come over here and you go, and this is Dripstone Farm. Terrible. I hate Dripstone Farms. They're so slow. Can't bone meal anything. Can't water it. You know, make it go faster. That's this. We'll do a little fly around so you guys get a nice little view of the entire thing. But it's actually relatively close to the base. You can see the smokestacks from the village there. But yeah, it's got these cranes around the sides, on the bottom there. But yeah, that's how this looks. And then, yeah, that's this. And then if we follow it going the other way, and we have a lot of these, by the way. They're all taking cargo, pulling cargo, going somewhere. This one's unloaded already. And this one goes down here to the other side of the other island and drops it off here. This one's a little bit bigger than the one that's back at our base. And I want to start another project over here. I haven't started it quite yet. I've kind of got the village plan laid out in my mind, of course. But I'm going to have like different style buildings along this, kind of going into the island over here. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really planned too much, I'm not going to lie. But this is just kind of what I have in mind. And then if you take the rail going back, which is this one here, this one will take you from this side of the island, or this side of the ocean, to the other side of the ocean, coming back at our reef. And this is one of my favorite things I've built recently. Kind of looks really futuristic. I really like this design. It looks kind of like retro futuristic, you know what I mean? Because using that like red and white. That's this. I think that's all this base. Now we got to go look at the farms. Not much has changed in the farms, but we have changed a lot in the farms, not gonna lie. Over here is a farm. We're gonna hit this one first. This is a recent one we've made, and we don't need a bone farm, right? We have that big giant mob generator here, but there's two of them, and I couldn't pass this up. So this is a dual spawner. You know, right there. That's actually really close to the spawners, right? But yeah, that's this. And they kind of spawn, and they kind of come down, up, and then they drop. And yeah, that's that. Yep. And we kind of have, I kind of went with like a really wacky design for this, like really wacky. Like you had trees growing out of the ground, but was actually the ceiling. Whenever you kill, if they kind of drop, they don't go straight in. They kind of come up, and they kind of come around. They snake the whole thing. And then if it's not bones, then it just drops into the lava here. You'll see some arrows start coming through right about now. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, arrows get thrown in there. Bones go in here, and depending on how much bones, it'll light up, and it'll light up more and more and more. There's this thing, kind of silly lighting. I wanted to mess with lighting. I really like the way this thing turned out. It's so wacky and weird. We got a bunch of different blocks in the ground here. I think it looks really funny. But yeah, this actually the new tinted glass stuff. We have a whole lot of this, so used it on this. But yeah, I really like this build. Don't necessarily need it, but it was cool. So we're actually going to be heading to the saving grace of our world. The thing that has allowed me to do so much is our gold farm. Supplying us with gold and levels to fix our tools. It's going to get really loud. Maybe. I don't know if it's loud or not. We're just going to turn it down because it's really loud for me. Anyways, they're mad already, but you just kind of go, you hit them, and they go, oh, why'd you hit my boy? You got to jump in here, and then it gives you levels like crazy. Yeah. That's that. Down here is actually where all the gold gets stored. We actually recently just took all the gold from here. We're still stacked on gold nuggets, don't worry. But yeah, all the gold there has been taken down to our system for piglin bartering. We have 2 right now. This is the old one that actually only uses 4, and it has only 3 double chests for storage. Right? I was like, this is pretty stupid. So we did 8 with 5 double chests of storage. So that's how this works nowadays. Pull the lever, and they just start doing their thing. Same thing over here. And if this thing isn't full, like completely full, you don't AFK on this because it kind of tells you there's not enough to do a full AFK session. We just recently cleaned this thing out anyways. And that's this. So that actually allowed us to get all the observers we needed. to build them, because basically every stack of quartz is going to be a stack of observers, which, I mean, if you AFK overnight, you're going to get enough of those. This is our first original farm. We're going on an hour here nearly. First original farm we have. This is our first double kind of spawner. Like, if we look directly below here, there's a spawner there. I think that's the skeleton one. And then if we look directly behind that block, which I don't really want to because there's stuff there. If I fly here, I'll be fine. There's a zombie spawner right there. And they're actually really close together. The skeleton ones are closer, but these ones are really close together. And this is the original one. And this is actually the sword, the one I carry, is the one we actually made to stay here. It was nicknamed F. But I called it Mark II because it was our second sword. Had villagers in here that we traded with, micro farms. This guy, we took a zombie out of there, put some armor on him, and we were going to get a second one, but it wasn't worth the trouble, so that's it for him. And that's pretty much this area. Have a little enchanting area. This is trash, so if I don't want a torch, I just kind of go and it throws in the trash. That's this place. I don't want to stay here too long. There's not much here. Pulling up at the slime farm. The slime farm is identical to the last one. We don't touch the slime farm at all. It just kind of stays the same. And if you want to get in it, you have to bring in elytra because you have to fly up and then you have to land here. And this is the AFK spot where you go and AFK. And yeah, none seem to be spawning, but that's that. And they kind of get picked up down below and brought into this system where when the the hopper minecart is full, there it is. If it's full, it'll go there and unload. We actually caught it on an unload. That's nice. Oh, no, we didn't. We're tripping. But basically, it unloads if it has 5 stacks in it. That's that. We're going to fly over now to the Guardian Farm, which has been new and improved. The old design was kind of one that I just kind of threw together. All right, I drained out the middle part, like this area by this area, and then kind of left all of the other water in and raised the water up a little bit more so I can move them around farther. But then added soul stand to make bubble columns. They shoot up, and it was really inefficient. This is Scout85's design, and it's pretty fast. I don't need this, so I don't even know why I did this, and I don't even seem to be getting spawns. So, voice crack. Maybe this wasn't needed, but basically, in theory, it spawns stuff, and they kind of fall down here, and oh, there's some down here, and then you kill them. And that's that. And that's that. We have a sword here meant for killing them. Sweeping edge, sharpness 5, because I use smite, of course. And this will shoot you up to 2nd level, where we store everything. And this is the exact same system. We haven't moved this. We've just moved some other stuff, and then you fly up. And that's this. We still got the same beacons here. And here, through the Nether Portal, we have, you've seen the slime kind of one, like the slime Nether one. This is what the Guardian Farm looks like. And now we can move on to the other project, which is the village project. The village project is down here. There's still no like kind of like area for it, like how the other ones have like a little purdy thing. They don't have that. There's still this though. At one point I had built a big old castle here. It's gone because I didn't like it. I'm instead gonna build one here eventually. But down here we have the beginnings of a village. Most of these buildings don't have any interior at all. Like, we can just go this one. No interior at all. They just look really cool from above. We have like a little trading section down at the bottom here where they trade. And then these mountains here, we can actually turn the render distance up because you need a lot to see the entire thing. This is the mountains we've made. That's me. Oh, that's old me too. That's like the old. That's where I wear the turtle hat. Oh, that's so sick. Ah, we're lagging. That's the turtle hat and everything. Nowadays we just rock goggles. So hey. But yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, the backside of these aren't done. Still not done. Like, this one is barely a mountain. It just kind of has a face. Yeah. We had a giant perimeter for this village though, and I planned out all of like the intricate workings of this village. Never ended up doing anything with it. I'm still waiting to do something. I just don't like. I don't like building this style. I really like the futuristic style where I can kind of do my own thing. A little harbor here, and that's about as far as this area goes. But this is actually, if you remember the very first world tour, we had the hole in the ground project. This is actually the same site. So if we dig up here, this is actually the same site. So we did the fog effect here. There was no, we never figured out a purpose for this thing. To our right, this is the Wither Farm. It's just one of these, and you just kind of walk through. And if there's some spawning, you just kind of keep walking, and they will follow you, and they'll drop down to this kill chamber where you can swing, kill them, and get everything you need. I haven't used this thing in a while. This is the portal to spawn. This is where the world spawn started. And it's all gold now. I just decided to make it gold. I have like a lot of gold, and like, what do you do with gold, right? There's a lot of gold, for me at least. This is where all the gold went. And these trees we're not balling like that. These aren't solid. They're just bare minimum to make it look nice. Sheesh. And we're just following the exact same layout of the, like, exact same layout of what it looked like. Some of the areas we've kind of freehanded a little bit. Like up here, we kind of went, I guess not right here. Yeah, over here, we're like making more of a mountain or a mound or hill or whatever. Like right here, there was nothing here, but that looks incredibly boring. So we just went with a little hill here. But yeah, that's this, and I think there's another base we gotta hit. Okay, we got this. But yeah, this is our nether base. Pretty far away for another base, I know, but it's where everything is. So a bastion actually spawned. This is actually a crazy spawn, by the way. A bastion and another fortress spawned together. It was pretty cool seeing this, and it's actually relatively close to our base. And we just made this bastion kind of our nether base. So there's a bit of like a factory thing going on here. No interior at all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's no interior. And yeah, that's this place. We have this, and you set your respawn point or whatever. And then down here is our netherite mine, where we have blown up everything. We even blew up so much that we had to say, okay, I'm done here, and we went this way and founded a new mine. It's not even, oh, there it is. Okay, it's right here. So it's right here. This is the second netherite mine. There's a third, but the third was like so bad. Like we weren't getting any, so I just abandoned the entire project. This one even has more land taken out of it, and it goes even farther. And the reason it's able to go farther is because it's not in the middle of a giant lava pool. Like if we go take a look back at the nether base, you'll notice that there's just a bunch of lava around it. Which, I mean, if you just hit a little bit of it, you can open up the entire ceiling to let in a bunch, like all this lava here that we were mining under, we eventually hit, and that was the fall of this netherite mine. So we also do a lot of wither farming here, just because it's kind of cooler. It's more fun to do instead of just farming. Like with all the farms I have, it kind of takes the joy away from some things. So, you know, I just come in there, do it the legitimate way, the more fun way. I think that's it. I think we hit everything in an hour. So I think with all the edits that might be done, maybe 55 minutes at best. Before we leave here, I'm going to go statistics and scroll all the way down to days played, or time played, 36.56 days. And we had 2 days on sneaks. Nice. So that's that. Yeah. That's that. New skin, by the way. Like it? Like the new skin? I like the new skin. But yeah, that's that. That's World Tour. See ya. Bye. I'm getting off of the game. I spent an hour walking around telling you guys about a tour, and I did the tour, and here we are. It's done. So, bada boom, bada bang. See ya.